I have now created my project, Fictivia Customer Satisfaction Survey, and I'm now ready to add some content to my questionnaire. I can start off by going down to Setup and choose Text. I can now write an introduction text and put in a heading, like for an example, Welcome to this survey. I can write some further comments down below in the text section, and I can edit some of the settings of this text element, like whether or not I want page break after the text. I'm just going to click OK, and I've now created my first text element. I can also go down and create my first question element. I go down to Setup and choose the question button. And here I can type in my question text, like for an example, how do you find the weather today? Here I can also change some of the standard settings, like whether or not I want page break after the question, or whether or not the question requires an answer. I can also choose from different kinds of question types, like whether or not I want my respondents only to be able to choose one response option, then it's a single type question, or maybe I want them to be able to put in an open answer, then I choose open answer. For now, I'm just going to stick with a single question type. I'm going to press forward, and I can now type in my response options. Like for an example, good, bad, or do not know. Here I can also edit some of the standard settings, like the layout of my response options, whether or not it should be radio button or drop-down view. I can also change the position of radio buttons, like horizontal or vertical. I'm just going to stay with standard settings and click OK. Now I have added my first content to my questionnaire. I can now, if I mark an element, I can go down to Setup and choose to copy the object, move it, or even delete it. I can also click an element, it opens up, and I can now edit, for an example, question text, or I press forward and I can now edit response options. Once I have created some content in my questionnaire, I can begin to use the test function. I simply go down to Setup and choose Test. The test function allows me to see what it is like for my respondents to answer my questionnaire. I can click through the questionnaire and get the feel of the flow of the survey, and I can see how the questionnaire looks in different settings, like whether or not it's a PC version or a mobile version, and how it looks in different browser sizes. Once I have created some content for my questionnaire, I can also do some adaptations with my design. I simply go down to the bottom menu and click Design. Here I can choose from a couple of different options. For an example, I can choose to add some elements to my survey, like for an example, if I want a print after completion button at the end of my survey. I can also add a logo. I go down to Graphics. I remove the standard image, that's just a white background line here, and then I can upload a logo either from my online file system or directly from my desktop. For now I'm just going to upload it directly from my desktop, and I'm going to upload one for both a PC version and a mobile version. I can also add a background picture, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to stick with the logo, so I'm just going to click OK. I can also change the colors of my design. I simply go into Colors, and then I can choose from a couple of predefined color schemes. I'm just going to stick with gray for now, and I can make certain adaptations as well to the color schemes. Like for an example, if I want a different color heading, I can go into Edit. I can either choose a color from the spectrum here, or I can type in a color code if I have one. I can make my own design, or I can choose some templates that Analyzer Survey Solution provides. Simply go into templates and then I can click and choose from different design templates. I can also save my own template here, and then I can use it for another time if I want to do a different project but with the same design. If I want to use a design I've previously saved, I'm just going to click Get Own.